Ladies and gentlemen, the Wrestling Fans Podcast, 15 Minutes of Fandom. The Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society, proudly presents to you another exciting episode of 15 Minutes of Fandom. I'm your host, that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. 4 continents down, 2 more to go. No cap, straight facts. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. No, you see, we actually enjoy the fans. That's why we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, because we enjoy hearing from our fellow fans about their opinions about certain matters in pro wrestling. And of course, we made this segment for you. That's right. You, the wrestling fans that could make or break an event. So, with that being said, we have a special guest today. I normally do this. We're normally a post-meridian. We're normally a nighttime podcast. But I was like, heck, I got to show the UK some love. We got to head over to the pond and see what's going on with Scotland, what's going on with Northern Ireland, what's going on with England. Love those fish and chips, by the way, to see how the fans are doing over there. So with that being said, everybody, welcome to the show. A phenomenal woman. She wears many hats. She's a gamer. She's an archer. That's right. She'll throw them bows. And I'm not talking them bows. I'm talking them arrows and bows. And she is also, like us, a wrestling fan and a member of Groupchat Wrestling Podcast. Everybody, welcome to the show. Lucy, how you doing today, miss?
I am great, thank you. And I'm just shilling the podcast. I should do the entire show like this, but I won't. What 2 continents have you not done?
What
I have
continent?
3 to go. Which are you?
So I travel a lot. I started
Right.
traveling a lot recently. I've been traveling since I was 7. Since I was 4. But that was between back and forth with America. But I live in America. Originally, I was born and raised in Guyana, which is the former British Guyana, which is in South America, and been to Canada, and I did 3 years in Japan. Love Japan. And I actually just recently went to London and Amsterdam. Amsterdam is nice, by the way. So they have a thing for rubber duckies and weed, but that's not a problem. It's a cool place. But London, I've been to London and loved it. I'm not saying it because you're from the UK. I don't care what people say. Yes, I love the English breakfast. I enjoy it. If I found a place serving an English breakfast, I'm in there like swimwear. I'm gonna go ahead and get me some beans. Yes, I'll eat beans for breakfast. Some bacon, some ham, and some eggs, and some tomatoes. Yes. So,
Okay. Can we talk about beans for a minute then? Since you
sure.
brought it up.
Why not? Go ahead.
About the people come to England and they try the English breakfast, or Scotland and they have the Scottish breakfast, and they eat the beans and they're garbage because they always go for Heinz beans. There's an advert in Britain. Beans means Heinz. This one brand of beans that everybody eats because it's the one they've always known, the one that they associate with beans. This is a metaphor for wrestling, by the way. There is one big name in beans that everyone thinks is the only beans available, and they're not. They're garbage. There is another brand called Branston. They are smaller, less well known, but they did an experiment and catered to what people like, and they are vastly, vastly superior, and they're cheaper too. So if you do come to England, have the breakfast, request Branston beans.
Branston beans. I'll remember. I'll definitely. I'm not done with England yet. I still have some more stuff to try. I had fish and chips. I enjoyed that too. And there's one Rob Bass got me, has me. I'm mad. I wish Rob were here right now. I know he's busy doing his own thing, but it's called Toad in the Hole, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound too. I mean, I hope the toad is okay. I'm thinking, but then when I saw the actual food, I'm like, that looks delicious. I gotta try that. So I was just in London last October. I intend to go back. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but when I go back, I'll definitely try some Toad in the Hole as well. It looks really delicious. Doesn't sound too comfortable for the toad. I mean, unless the hole is actually.
But the
But
tour
yeah,
dies for a good cause, honestly. But you have to make sure you get a good one. You've got to get the Yorkshire pudding just crisp. You've got to make sure the sausages are fully cooked. Otherwise, it's not toad in the hole. You just end up with like frog in a bog, and it's like this soggy mess. Again, it's like the beans. You've got to do it right. British food is not bad. We invented the chicken tikka masala, which is an amazing food.
yeah. I think it's just a matter of people not willing to open their palates. I refuse to have the palate of a fourth grader. Like I'm the kind of guy, like if I go to a Chinese restaurant, okay, I want something authentic. If I go to a Mexican restaurant, I tell people, I'm like, don't give me the touristy crap. I need the authentic stuff. 'Cause that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the experience. I'm not here for something that's basic. No, not me at all. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I am
Then
I'm an adventurous eater. I love Indian food above anything. Although a few of my friends, American friends, are horrified that I didn't know what Taco Bell was. I've never had a
you're not
taco.
okay. I'm not knocking Taco Bell's
Is that
business. I'm
not?
not, but
No? Am I not missing anything?
you're not. I would unless England has it and America has it, I would say try it for comparisons because I'm guilty. When I go to England, I go to the McDonald's. I've been to McDonald's. It's different. Some because when I looked at the menu, okay, it's different. When I go to Tokyo,
Oh,
um, I go to the McDonald's there. It's different. When I went to Amsterdam, same thing. It was different. And when I go to if depends on how my mind feels, whether it's Indonesia or Paris, I'm gonna check the McDonald's out there too. If they have, I know Paris has it, but if Indonesia, I don't know if Indonesia has it, but I'm gonna check out the McDonald's over there too. So if there's one in London, I would say check it out. But honestly, me personally, you're not missing anything. That's just my opinion.
okay. I
Yeah.
also didn't know what White Castle was until AEW started doing those lucha masks that not a single person asked for. We were pleading for Mini Monet puppets. We wanted other lucha masks. No, we get a White Castle lucha mask, and they've sold out. Who is buying them? But no, I didn't know what White Castle was either. I had to have that explained to me. So,
Oh, so White Castle is basically a chain of fast food chain, but they specialize more in slider burgers. It's like in sliders. So that's really what it is. I mean, like I said, it's good to try out. To me, they had a bit of a decline, but recently there's been like an increase in demand for them. So I'm happy for them. I'd say try them out. They're not too bad. I would choose them over Taco Bell, but
okay,
yeah, but yeah, they're pretty decent. They're pretty decent.
I will
Yeah.
give them a
I,
try.
I'll say what if you ever come to New York, try. There's several restaurants you should definitely try. Um, Fast food and not fast food, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I will try a White Castle on the condition that next time you are in the UK, you have a cheeky Nando's. You get a
chicken.
Nando's.
Wait, that's an actual food?
Yes!
I thought
Did you
no, no,
know?
no, no, no. I thought that was a Will Osprey move. The Will Osprey move where,
Well,
where you have the
no,
guy.
they named it after Nando's is a chain that does spicy chicken.
I was
You can
like,
if you're no, if you're a wimp, you can get lemon and pepper mild chicken, but no, they do spicy like chicken and fries and
I thought,
things like that.
yo, I thought
No,
because
Nando's. It's a okay. Well,
when I thought
please,
I saw
every
Will
day's a
Smith
school day for
when I
you.
thought when I saw Will Ospreay do that kick in the corner, I'm like, and the guy was like Chicken Nine. I'm like, yo, that sounds like a cool name. Like, yo, Will Ospreay's a genius.
No, Nando's is a food chain here in the UK, and it's just sort of banter that people say, "Should we go for a quick cheeky Nando's?" And yeah,
Okay, I will
it's
definitely.
good.
I'm
You
gonna
have
have
to
to have
try
my
that.
friend. I'm gonna have to have my
It's
friend
terrible.
Katie tell me that because I was hanging out with her last October, and I was like, we were going all over. I'm like, yeah, let's try. I want to try some. I want to try some fish and chips, and we were trying to find a place that had it, that had a good place that had it. We ended up finding one, and I was this was like after I went to is it Penny Lane?
Mhm.
The place that the Beatles is it? No, 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 no. It's
Abbey
not
Road.
Abbey
Abbey
Road. I
Road.
was there. I was there, and I
See,
did the whole thing where I
yeah.
walked across at the tourist. You're probably gonna laugh at me now when I walked across the road like them.
Everyone does it. They have a
And
webcam that you can watch live at Abbey Road, and you can see it's constant people doing the walk across it.
yeah, I don't think the picture I got was good because it's like a crosswalk and it's very busy at that time. So I
Oh
was
yeah,
able
the
to get
drivers
a
hate you.
yeah,
Anyone
I was
driving
able to
hates you. Like,
yeah, and I wasn't trying to be that guy because I know how I guess I live in New York. I live in Brooklyn, New York. So like
oh God,
you can
yeah.
imagine how I don't know if you've been here, but the city packed with tourists, and I know how it is. So I wasn't trying to be that guy. And but I did take a picture next to is it Abbey the record place? Why am I losing my memory?
Something records, but
Um
yeah, I know the place you mean.
yeah, I did take a photo next to the record company that were the store that sold memorabilia and so on. So yeah, it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. So I gotta ask you though, man. So with the wrestling, man, like how did you become a fan? Like what was the like
Ah,
match or the event that you saw that made you go, wow, I'm tuned
okay.
in.
Well, I am older than you. I won't give any more than that, but I'm older than you,
I
and
or
I've been a
no,
fan.
now before you go there, don't let the face fool you. I was watching wrestling. Now I'm not gonna ask a woman her age, but let's just say when I
You
when I
can
started
go on.
watching, let's
Yeah.
just say when I started watching wrestling, I was actually it was when Hulkamania was running wild. I'm not gonna put my age out
Mhm.
there right now. In fact, doing this, Hulkamania was running wild.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels was a rocker,
Yeah.
and Stone Cold Steve Austin was a long blonde haired man who was trying to be stunning.
Mhm.
Let's just say,
Yeah.
yeah. So
My, yeah.
I don't
My
think
first no, my first wrestling video VHS that I owned was SummerSlam 90. So that will tell you how long I have
so.
been a wrestling fan.
So we may have been watching the same time then.
We may. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But
I
yeah.
can't remember how I became a fan. I remember being a little kid, like single digits little, and we used to play wrestling. I think that's how I learned about it. You know, these little 5-year-old, whatever we were, would run around in the schoolyard playing wrestling, and it was always the boys, and they wouldn't let me play. And eventually they said, "No, you can be Sensational Sherry, and you can walk behind me." And I threw a tantrum and I kicked one of them, and then I was allowed to play. And from then on, I was just, yeah, I was into wrestling. I properly fell in love when I went to what was then WWF, a house show in Newcastle, England. That back when it was affordable, you know, you could get tickets for just a few pounds. And I was right at the back. My dad took me and I was sitting right at the back. And I snuck my little ass right down to ringside and tried to look like I belonged there. And I managed to scam myself a ringside seat long enough for Bret Hart to give me his sunglasses, um,
Wow.
which I still have. I still have them to this day. Crime does pay, children. I scammed my way to ringside. I got Brett's sunglasses. Then I got some funny looks and I scurried my little criminal ass back to the TV. But yeah, Brett was there. I got his shades, and that's when I really fell in love. I was like, "Wow, this is amazing!" I'd never seen it live before. They turned the lights off when the Undertaker came out. I thought, "Wow, this guy's really magical," because I assumed he'd done that magically. I
Man.
believed it was real for longer than you would want to know, and that's how I
Yeah,
felt.
I was watching around that time too. Like I said, Bret Hart, when I started watching, he was still in the Hart Foundation. He wouldn't
Yeah.
leave probably until the next year. But yeah, he was still in the Hart Foundation. I actually got to, it's funny how life can be because eventually, if you had told little young me at the time, Remy, you're gonna start a show and you're gonna interview that man's nephew, Bret Hart's nephew. I'm like, nah, you're kidding me. Me, you're like, why would they want to talk to me? Like, come on, I'm just a regular. This Bret Hart. Why would his nephew, who is seen, want to sit down? But it happened like several years later, many years later. Started Ringside Society, and who did we have on our show? Mike the Match Hart, who was the son of Smith Hart, who was Bret Hart's older brother. So very humble guy, very cool guy. Um, Man, the Hart family is one of my favorites, man. Definitely one of my favorite families. I actually enjoy watching.
I, lo-
But that's cool.
I
Like
love.
that.
Go
I'm
on.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I love Brett. He's such a grumpy old fuck, and I appreciate that about him. I love I love how he
Well,
says whatever comes into his head. It's like, good, you talk your shit, Brett. You've earned it. And
I
so
don't
go for it.
mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind Brett. He's a cool. He's a cool guy. He's People just don't like people to have their own opinions, and they think that that's the problem. People expect everybody to be a yes man, and yes, they like no, like, and you know what? It's gonna happen. I'm gonna have an episode where um I'm gonna have I'm gonna list my top 10 controversial topics, and some people might not like it. I mean, I'm not it's not gonna be anything like disrespectful to anybody's ethnicity or culture or anything, but I mean, or their religion or anything, but you know, people might not like it. It's gonna speaking
Oh,
of Bret Hart,
yeah,
you want
I know exactly how you feel. I don't know if you saw, I had a tweet go viral
you
a
wanna
while ago.
I'll give y'all one. You wanna hear a controversial thing?
Wow, all right.
Okay. The blue blazer, Owen Hart, speaking of Bret Hart, the blue blazer was not a bad gimmick. I had no problem with it. It wasn't a bad gimmick.
Wow.
The reason why people don't like it is because it's the gimmick that, unfortunately Owen Hart was I don't want YouTube to actually, shadow bans because they're another they but unfortunately it was the gimmick that Owen Hart passed away in at Over the Edge. That's why people are like,
See,
oh, it's a stupid gimmick. No, it wasn't a stupid gimmick. You know what was a stupid gimmick? Kerwin White, Chavo Guerrero being Latino. And once again, no offense, no offense. I know you're white, but
it was a
Chavo
stupid
Guerrero,
fucking gimmick. It was bloody awful.
yeah. Another one I didn't like, Deuce and Domino. I did not care for that gimmick. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cliff Compton and Sim Snooker are great wrestlers. Did not care for the '50s throwback gimmick. Just didn't suit them. So yeah, it's actually opinions like that will make people go like, what? How could you say? Yeah, it was what it was.
I
Yeah,
can't argue with you about the Blue Blazer one because I wasn't watching WWE or WWF or whatever it was at the time. So I will take your word for it.
yeah, or yeah. It wasn't. People just. It's just because that's that's the gimmick he was in, which was probably going to be a short term gimmick anyways. That's why people were like, oh, it's no, it wasn't that bad. I've seen worse. You've seen worse, so
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah. Absolutely, I've seen worse. There was a guy who ate worms for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, yeah, the
Yeah,
boogeyman.
I mean, they've had the
trust,
most atrocious gimmicks of all time. Didn't they have
trust
someone that
me,
wanted to bang his sister or mother or something like that? It's yeah.
what?
Wasn't there somebody who like wanted to like shag his mum or something?
I know
Was
there
it his
was
mum
Vince
or his
McMahon.
sister or no?
Vince
There was
McMahon
someone.
apparently he
I was
wanted
gonna say,
to do a gimmick where he was the father of Stephanie's
oh
baby, and I'm
yeah.
like,
And then when she said no, he said, "Oh, well, what if it was your brother Shane who was the father?" She's like, "That's not better."
"Jeez,
No,
why, Vince? Why?" Gosh. Yeah.
well,
Anyways,
because Vince. I could do an entire episode on why Vince is a cunt. Wait, I'm allowed to swear, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
That's
I
good.
don't
That's
mind.
good.
I don't mind that bit. I always say this. I'm not gonna stop Stone Cold Steve Austin from swearing. I wouldn't stop. So why would? Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
But
I
yeah,
think if Stone Cold doesn't swear, he dies. He has to swear every 8 minutes, I think, or he actually dies. Yeah.
so I gotta.
Okay.
So that you've been tuning in as a fan for all these years. You got the Bret Harts. By the way, good on you for keeping that. By the way, that's a souvenir I would never like. I like if Bret Hart gave me a sunglasses. If I was a kid and I got that, I would put that in like a nice glass, like a nice not glass casing, but like some impenetrable casing somewhere. I just leave it there. I wouldn't touch it. I look at it every now and then. I'm like, yes.
They
But yeah, that's
usually
awesome
go
that you got that.
by this guy. I don't have them on him at the minute. I can't remember. I took this to a show, so but usually this guy's wearing them. This is signed by Simon Miller, the YouTuber and wrestler.
Oh yeah, I heard of
And
him.
yeah, amazing. One of my favorites in the world. And yeah,
Wow.
usually this guy's wearing the cool sunglasses, but he's not. And he sits on my
Wow.
Hulu. but
So
they're not on there at the minute.
Simon Miller, you know you're popular when even people over here know of you. Simon Miller, yeah, I've actually heard of him. Pretty good wrestler.
Yes,
Um,
he is.
Actually, I believe he wrestled one of my favorite podcasters, a guy by the name of Sir Wilkins. He actually does the Jobber Tears podcast. Really great podcast. If you haven't seen them, check them out. Really great group of people. But they
Oh.
actually had a wrestling match before, like a couple of years ago. It was really good.
I was at a show. Simon was commentating. He wasn't wrestling. It was mystery wrestling, the one that Evil Uno does up in Canada.
Okay.
I don't think I don't know if you've seen it or not, but they don't announce any matches beforehand. They might say this person's on commentary or this person's appearing, but they don't tell you who's going to be there. And some huge names have shown up. It's absolutely incredible. And they came finally to the UK. They came to Cardiff, so I went down to Cardiff and did both of those shows, and they were absolutely amazing. They have matches like the floor is lava or falls count somewhere. And they don't, the referee knows, nobody else knows where the one spot you can get a pinfall is. They ended up a guy in a Sasquatch costume and a hot dog vendor with the
Okay.
gimmicks. And they ended up on the bar. That was the pinning spot. They were wrestling all around. It was absolutely amazing. So if you ever get a chance, check out Mystery Wrestling. They're on Twitch.
That sounds cool. That sounds awesome.
And it's Evil Uno from Dark Order. Stu Grayson is their champion. They've had like the Bunny, Penelope Ford. They
Okay.
have people rock up there.
Wow, that
Absolutely
sounds
stunning.
that sounds awesome. That sounds great. I'll definitely
Yeah,
have to check it out.
they're brilliant.
Yeah.
They're really good.
So who were some of your favorites that you enjoyed watching growing up?
Mr. Perfect. I will
Okay.
go to my grave claiming he's the greatest of all time, the best to ever do. He was absolutely incredible. Alundra Blaze, I was obsessed with, like Medusa. She ended up being, but she was Alundra Blaze in WWF. Loved her. Macho Man Randy Savage. That was my, everyone was like a Hogan guy or a Undertaker guy or a Ultimate Warrior guy. I was a Macho Man girl. Macho Man was my number one. But my favorite was always tag teams. Always loved tag teams. At that same show where I got sunglasses, I was licked by Luke the Bushwhacker. Well, he licked the area next to me. I didn't actually get a full lick. I don't think they were actually licking children. But yeah, I was licked by Luke the Bushwhacker, and that made my entire year because I love tag teams. And I spent the next like 8 months doing the Bushwhacker walk around my house until my parents told me to just cut it out. You're upsetting the cat. So
Wow.
in the glasses, obviously, doing the Bushwhacker walk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the Bushwhackers were definitely something back in the day.
Amazing. Looking back,
Um,
they were objectively terrible, but I didn't care. That was why I loved it back then. We didn't care if people weren't amazing wrestlers. It was about the magic.
yeah, it was about the entertainment. I mean, and actually, um, I know you probably noticed by now. They actually toned down this, from what I heard
Oh yeah,
and
they
what
were
I've seen
deathmatch
too.
wrestlers, weren't they? At one
I
point, they were deathmatch guys.
I don't know if they were death. I know they were a brutal tag. They were known as the sheep herders,
Mm.
and they were more brutal at the time. And when I watched like certain clips, I was like, wow, these guys definitely toned it down for WWE because they were brutal in the ring. So
And that was,
yeah,
yeah, that's a trend. We see that on occasion.
yeah,
People toning it down in WWE. But it's fine. I'll try
yeah.
not to get you cancelled by the WWE fans that might be watching this. I think it's obvious that I'm wearing a Brandon Cutler jacket and a Jack Perry t-shirt. I think it's obvious my loyalty is with AEW.
You like
And the
you
British
like what
Indies.
you like. You like what you like. Trust me, it's no biggie. You like what you like, and it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah, I never managed to stick with
each their
WWE for
own.
any time. As soon as TNA as soon as ECW became a thing, I jumped ship. I was a big, big ECW fan, and I watched it by buying bootlegged VHSs out of the back of a Vauxhall Vectra in a Tesco car park, which I feel is quite on brand. So I was a big ECW girl till the whole invasion thing, and then I fell off again. And then I was a big TNA girl when that came in and became huge, and then that got terrible. And ever since, I just watched the indies mostly, and then AEW came along.
Yeah, the Indies is where it's at. I've seen a lot of great moments on the Indies. I've seen a lot of great wrestlers. on the indies. Actually, I started getting back into watching. I don't know if you know about this one. You probably do OVW, Ohio Valley
Yeah.
Wrestling. And I just got back into watching like their. I said this year I'm going to get back into watching them after like several years of not being tuned in, and I was like, wow, this person's amazing. This tag team's amazing. They have several great tag teams there. The women's division, woo!
Okay, you have my attention.
Yeah, man. When I see the women's division, I'm like, they trust OVW is no. And granted, when I started watching them 13 years ago, the women's division was like non-existent. Was almost non-existent. You had like 3 or 4 people from what I saw, and that was it. But then when I started watching, now I'm like, sheesh, you guys have so they have so many women to do like a whole their own women's rumble. Let's just put it that way. So
Well, I'll have to check it out. But if you want a women's rumble, there is one coming up very
Ignite.
soon. Eve, Pro Wrestling Eve,
Oh,
UK all women's promotion. One of the promoters is Will Ospreay, and yeah, they're doing a women's. It's a multiverse rumble now. Last year, they tend to come out as other characters, so you'll see quite a few people that you recognise, but they'll come out dressed as other characters. Last year, I can't remember who it was. Was it Alexis Falco? One of them came out dressed as Triple H. Will
oh
Ospreay ran out
wow.
and pedigreed it. He pedigreed it. Rain Leverkusen came out as Rain O'Mac, so Shane McMahon. This year, no idea what they're doing, but Eve, you should definitely check them out. They are about to do in March the biggest all women show in Europe ever. They're doing it at the O2 Indigo, Wrestle Queendom. It's on the 8th of March. So you should definitely check that out too. And I'm going to shill for a minute, if you don't mind, do a bit of promotion. The
Yeah, yeah,
amazing
sure, sure.
if you know who Alyssa is on Twitter, Gleek Glop, the girl who's as obsessed with Orange Cassidy as I am with Brandon Cutler, we're going to be doing, we've got a little project we're working on together. And we are going to start by reviewing the Multiverse Rumble Eve show. So we'll be releasing that, me and Alyssa, and then stay tuned because we have some other plans in the works. There may be
Well,
more
I'll
to
tell you
come.
what, we're gonna have you announce that whenever you're ready on your own time. But if Alyssa would like to be on our show, Alyssa, if you're watching, you're more than welcome to be on here for our 15 minutes of fandom segment. We always enjoy talking to fans all over the world as well. So um yeah, definitely looking forward to hearing that. I'm probably I'm gonna try to check out Wrestle Queendom. So much wrestling
Yeah.
to watch. I was like,
Oh,
that's what I see.
well,
That's what I like.
yeah.
That's what
They've got some amazing names. Jamie Hayter's there. You know,
I,
I think Statlander that maybe there. They have incredible names announced for. They've had Nyla as champion. They've had Willow's there, Willow
that
Nightingale.
tag team. I'm liking that tag team. The one with her and is it Alex Windsor's her name?
Yes. Oh, but what did they? Is it the fucking
I'm
brawling
liking that tag
name?
team.
Yeah. I love the team, but if that is the name,
Okay,
girls, we need to have a chat. Come on now.
it's something
I hope
about
Tony Khan came up with it because if it was them, I'm gonna have to bully them, and that will make me sad.
it's something about just women's wrestlers from the UK that's so hilarious.
Oh,
And
brilliant tag team.
Australia. I mean, Tony Storm.
Oh,
She's she had me cracking up one time. She goes on there when she has the title. She's like, "I am that trollop you want to wallop, that tramp you want to stamp, that B word that you
the
can't itch."
tramp is still the champ. Yeah. Oh, she's
And
incredible.
I had to stop what I was doing. I was like, "What is she saying?" And I was cracking up.
She's amazing. And apparently, like people have said, this is just her personality showing through, like who she really is. And this is a woman who's married to Juice Robinson. So can you imagine what their house is like?
Juice is not a comedian too. Juice, I'm
Incredible.
convinced if you let him on his own, he would have you cracking up.
Mm,
I'm convinced. But
definitely.
you see, this is why I tell people, and I'm sure you would agree with me. You can't just watch, and I'm not knocking WWE. I still watch it, but you can't just watch WWE and say, "Oh, you're a wrestling fan." No, you're a WWE fan. You know, and this is nothing, no slight against them. I'd say the same thing to a person that's watching AEW. If you only watch AEW but not WWE, and not any other indie, then you're an AEW fan. A wrestling fan is somebody that's open to watching other promotions, not just one. And in the case of Tony Storm, I tried telling them, I'm like, oh, AEW sucks. I'm like, AEW sucks. AEW needs to go away. No, AEW does not need to go away. We need AEW because AEW shows people in a different light. The case in point, Tony Storm. The Tony Storm that you're seeing in WWE is not going to be the same Tony Storm you're going to see in AEW or Stardom. It's going to be different. And if you ask me, AEW has suited her better because in WWE she pretty much did next to nothing, you know. And now in AEW she's like the toast of the town. She's putting on she's putting on impressive matches. We're seeing her in a different light. Another one is John Moxley. When I saw Dean Ambrose, I'm like, something is holding this man back. This man is holding back. I know he could go. He could do more. Lo and behold, we got John Moxley, and John Moxley's killing it right now.
They had him in a muzzle. That's WWE style. And you're saying you're right that you see them do things in AEW that they didn't do in WWE. But the other way around, when they go from AEW to WWE, you do often see the same thing, just maybe toned a little. Like Cody kept his same presentation, and I think that was the right call because it was great. But yeah, that's why I prefer AEW. It's unique. There's nothing like it. People say it feels like a glorified indie, and I don't see that as an insult. I love the indies. I
Yeah,
always wanted them to have a bigger budget and to be able to do things like that. And to say AEW feels like an indie is me complimenting them because my heart belongs to the indies.
yeah, and this is and the other thing that used to really piss me off with these wrestling fans. And this is why I'm very. And like I said, everybody has their own opinion, but there's just certain things I just can't let fly. AEW first started in 2019. They're like,
Mm.
oh, now I have a choice. I'm like, you always had a choice.
Yes.
So what was TNA? What was New Japan?
Yeah.
What was
Ring of Honor was
OVW?
there the whole time.
Ring of Honor was there. You had Reality of Wrestling. At one point, I was watching 9 promotions on a weekly basis when I was over in Japan. 9 promotions. Yet the
British
West.
indies had a massive boom period. It was, I will admit, it was very badly damaged by NXT UK. That did a lot of harm to British independent wrestling, but it is getting back up there now. It's starting to feel similar to during that boom period. So that option was always there as well. There were a
Yeah.
lot of British independent wrestling companies around back then.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you guys have Progress. You have was it Progress? Then you have, is it
Rev,
Revolver Pro
Rev
Wrestling?
Pro,
Rev Pro.
Rev Pro,
Rev Pro.
Revolution Pro Wrestling. Yeah.
So I'm like,
We also, I need to shill again because I'll be yelled at, especially if I don't. We also have TNT in Liverpool, who, if you ever watch their pre-shows on YouTube, I'm one of the hosts of that, along with some of my group chat wrestling guys. We do the pre-show for TNT. We're one of their sponsors. So,
wow,
love
that's
TNT
cool.
in Liverpool. Yeah,
That's cool. That's
they're
awesome.
amazing. Despite their champion being Tate Mayfairs, otherwise they're great, brilliant.
Yeah, you guys, I'll say this. You guys have a great wrestling scene over there. So many, so many impressive men and women. I mean, you have, oh, geez, I'm drawing a blank. Man like Darius, he's like,
Oh, he's
and
amazing.
now, and
So good.
now.
And if they've had him on Ring of Honor and they didn't give him his full entrance, the old 1-2-1 Free from Desire entrance. And they did the same with Session Moth Martina. Had her on Ring of Honor. Normally her entrance music is Every Time We Touch, and it's incredible. And they didn't
Yeah.
do it. So do it properly next time. If you can buy fucking Like a Prayer for Grado, you can get Free from Desire for Man Like Therese.
Grado's another one that's that's hella
He's so good
entertaining.
at what he does, isn't he? Like, he's excellent at what he does.
So I gotta ask you, what are some, for me, looking to like get into like the indie wrestling scene as a fan, like just to watch certain promotions. Which ones would you recommend for us US fans over here? Because we know there's more than Joe Hendry out there. Everybody said, I believe in Joe Hendry. I'm sure you probably saw some awesome stuff from him pre
Yeah, I love
TNA.
Joe Hendry. I think he's amazing. Yeah, I love Joe Hendry. He's absolutely fantastic. And for me, the indie that you should become most obsessed with is the one that you can go to. Last year, I discovered Discovery Wrestling up in Edinburgh. I do live in England, but I live on the border, the Scotland England border. So
Okay.
Scotland, it's only it's 10 minutes away from me. Scotland, Edinburgh's only a couple of hours, and I just fell in love with Discovery Wrestling. Mercedes was their champion, like one of their champions. They had Leo
Mercedes,
Rush there. Yeah,
Mercedes,
they have
wait, Mercedes. I'm thinking
yeah, it
about
was one of the
Mercedes.
belts that she took. No, Mercedes Monet. It's one of the belts that she collected. Yeah, they had Leo Rush there. They have some big names there, and I went.
Discovery Wrestling. I
Yeah,
definitely
and
gotta
I
remember
just fell
that.
in love. The other one I love is all the way down south, which is UPW. They're hard to get to, but yeah, the indie that you should fall in love with is the one you can go and see live because there's nothing else like it.
So when you were talking about Mercedes, I'm thinking here's how my mind's thinking. You're talking about Mercedes Monet. I'm thinking about Mercedes Blaze. I don't know if that's her
No,
name.
it wasn't. No, it was Monet. Yeah,
So I was like, oh,
Demon.
Mercedes. You know, wow, that's awesome. I'm gonna definitely try to check out Discovery Wrestling. I know that Rev Pro is a thing. I know Progress
They're
is a
excellent.
thing.
Brilliant.
Um, I know Pro Wrestling Eve. I think Pro Wrestling Eve is owned by Saraya Knight, right? Is that her thing? Okay.
No, definitely not. No, it's owned by a guy called I want to say Dan. Really nice guy actually.
Mm.
Does Surrey have a wrestling company?
She does. She did. We had her on the show like years ago. That that was a
It's
2 hour,
amazing.
3 hour interview. And that, I always call that the attitude era of I always call that the attitude era episode for our podcast brand because the stuff she was saying, I was like, and our co-host Kathy Knight. Hey Kathy, how you doing? He was found the Knight family. And she was like, the stuff she was saying, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna hide over here behind Kathy because Kathy is our resident like troublemaker. Like if she was on here right now, it would have been like so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hide behind Kathy. Kathy, you can conduct this interview. This is too spicy for me, man. I'm just over here eating some chips and just I'm just over here. But she'll tell
No,
you about that episode.
okay. I'll have to check. I haven't seen that one of yours actually. Is it an older one?
Yeah, it's an older. I'll try to we'll try to send it to you on
Send
YouTube.
it to me. Yeah, I haven't seen some of your older ones, so I shouldn't admit that. I should
Yeah,
just pretend I've seen it. No, I've just checked, and it is Dan. It's Dan and Emily Reed own Pro Wrestling Eve, and they're doing an amazing job. Absolutely incredible.
Emily Reed. What is that? What is that name? Emily? Was she a wrestler?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so it was Bellatrix. Bellatrix that Sweet Soraya had. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. No, it's also the other person known for being involved in it is Will Ospreay, who's a massive supporter. He's always, whenever you go to a show, the crew are often, running around, and he's there in a crew shirt, running around stealing donuts
But you
from
know
whoever they're
something?
talking about.
There are two other wrestlers I would love to see
Mhm.
in action in live one day, and that's Paul Robinson and is it Tom Dawkins? Tim Dawkins? He has a Black Swan-esque gimmick now.
The only Black Swan I
Um,
know is Cara Noir, who is in
that was him, Cara Noir. Him
he was
and Paul
at Mystery
Robinson.
Wrestling in Cardiff. He was taking
He
over for
wrestles
Big Grayson.
barefoot. I remember he wrestles
Yeah.
barefoot. He had like this Black Swan male ballerina gimmick.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
like,
He is
wow. M-
incredible.
Mind
Yeah,
you,
he
we
was
do have
there.
somebody over here in America. Her name is Zoe Dubois, who actually does the Black Swan gimmick, but she's actually a ballerina as well too. But when I saw him,
So was
I'm like,
Cara. So was Cara.
so when I saw him,
She was a real ballet dancer.
I'm like, him and Zoe would make a great tag team. And then lo and behold,
Yeah.
I looked at one of his pictures. She liked one of his pictures. So I'm like, wow, like
Let's fantasy book
man,
it. Let's get it
yeah,
done. Send her
that
over
would be
here
great.
though. You're not having Cara. He's got a lot. He's a busy boy at the minute. You can't have him. We will
Hey,
let that mystery wrestling
whoever
show when
books
he
it,
turned up. Yeah.
all I'm gonna say is if I can't make it there live, I will definitely stream it and watch it live. I will
Well,
definitely
when
watch
he's in the
that.
UK, I will go on your behalf, and I'll be sending you pictures through the show. Yeah,
I
he's
appreciate
amazing.
that.
Yeah, he was out for like a couple of years. We thought we were never getting him back. He had a foot injury, and British wrestling was devastated because we fucking adore Cara Noir over here. Like, he is a massive, massive deal. You could send him out at Wembley, and most of the crowd would know who he was. Like, they would take the roof off. Send him out against Dalton Castle, it'd be incredible. And yeah, when he finally came back at a show, it was all anybody cared about. They were like, he's back, he's come back to us. And now he's being a bit of a
Dalton,
bad boy. But
every time I see Dalton Castle, you know who he reminds me of? You're probably gonna laugh.
okay.
Eddie Mercury from Queen. Every time I see him, it's like he just reminds me so much. I don't know why. He doesn't, I mean, he has a bit of a
Yeah.
mustache, but I'm like, why does this
No, you're
man give
right.
me Queen vibes?
Do you know what he reminds me of?
Well,
There's a place like 20-minute drive from me called Dalton Castle. It's a real castle. It's a place.
oh
I live
really?
near the actual. I don't live too far from Blackpool either. If the Combat Club ever want to come and hang out, but yeah, I live near the actual Dalton Castle. So if he ever wants to come up north, I'll give him a tour. We'll get a photo. It's all a
Man,
big square. It's not a proper castle. It's
I
a
would be
fake castle.
I would be scared. I don't know about Blackpool, man. This sounds Blackpool sounds kind of rough. I'm a suburban
Oh yeah.
guy. I didn't grow up in the hood, so I'm a suburban guy. So
Oh, I live in
if
a
I go
tiny little village in the middle of nowhere. Tiny, tiny little rural village. But
if I
yeah,
go to if I go to Blackpool, I'll be like, look, man, just don't rob me and take what just don't beat me up, man.
you'll be
I don't
fine.
know.
There's nothing there anymore. It is a bit of a rough place, but
Shoots.
you're most likely to be savaged by a donkey or a
Yeah, I'm good
pigeon.
on that,
Pigeons
man.
are
I'm like,
brutal. That's the real
I'm good on
danger in
that,
English
man.
cities. Is the fucking
But
pigeon.
honestly, though,
Pigeons
all in
and
all,
donkeys.
I hope that I get to like just check out just the wrestling scene there, like even if it's like just one show
Come
because
for All In. Come over for All In to Wembley. Every indie
wait,
promotion in the world does a show around All In. Come over, go to Eve, do Riot Cabaret. We've got Pro Wrestling Ceasefire, Rev Pro, Progress. They've all got
wait, you
shows
guys do
around All
that?
In. So many indie shows. It's
Man.
like Mania weekend for the Americans. We have All In weekend over here.
So okay, now I'm upset because why is WB? They should have given you guys the first overseas show. Why would they go to?
Oh, don't fuck it. That they could have printed money. They're probably in a strop because they can't have Wembley, but they're doing a Cardiff show like the week before All In. Well, counter booking hasn't gone very well for them so far, so good luck with that.
Why
Um,
would?
oh, it's
I'm
crazy what
sorry, man.
how
I'm not.
into wrestling the Brits are. We would have
I'm
we would
not
have
saying
sold
this.
out every venue for them.
I'm not saying it because you're from the UK. I'm not saying, but I've always said, okay, they announced now they're going to go and do WrestleMania over in Saudi Arabia, and this I have nothing
Yeah,
against the Saudi Arabians,
I fucking do.
but the
But
UK should have gotten that first overseas show.
look how successful SummerSlam was at Wembley, the first big
I
wrestling show at
remember that.
Wembley.
I
Like,
remember that, and it would have been better because us American fans over here, it's SummerSlam is WrestleMania is going to start what? Okay, you guys are 5 hours ahead of us. So if it starts at 5 o'clock over
no,
in the UK, it's going to be 12 o'clock over here. By the
I
time it's
love
done,
daytime pay-per-views. I love them.
yeah,
Like early, yeah.
yeah. By the time it's done, let's say what's WrestleMania going to be like? 3 hours, 4 hours? Okay, it's going to be 4 o'clock over here, 9 o'clock over there.
Yeah.
Okay, that means you're still over here. We still have the rest of the day to if it's Saturday night. Okay, you can still go to the club. You know, you can just go out for dinner with family or something on a Saturday. Like I don't know why.
We're
Oh,
British. We go to bed with a cup of tea. But yeah,
ugh.
it's crazy. They could have done it. Didn't for whatever reason. So AEW took that chance, and now that's what people look forward. That's the big wrestling event of the year over here in the UK. And indie promotions plan their big events around All In. Also, though, AEW do what WWE just don't do, and they send their wrestlers to show up at indie promotions. The very first All In London, Rev Pro had a Rumble, Sky Blue came out. Then Chris Jericho rocked up. They often have their guys appear at the different indie promotions. So that makes it exciting too, and people will go to those thinking, oh shit. I remember being at a Rev Pro show once. It was Will Ospreay versus Michael Oku. Best match I've ever seen live in my entire life. Meltzer has actually said he's jealous that I was there and he wasn't. The one time I've managed to like mog Meltzer. And at the end of earlier on in that show, Orange Cassidy wandered out into a scramble match and held up the international title and was like, should I defend this? Partway through the Ospreay Oku match, the first person to spot him was my husband. He pointed up at the box and he said, look in that box up there. I was like, what? It's Tony fucking Khan. I went, wait, what? Looked up and there's Tony Khan and Orange Cassidy up in the box. Came out at the end to say hi, and we're like, and that's what happens at like that's what happens when a big company starts working with the little ones. It
Yeah.
all when the water level rises, all ships float higher. So yeah, come to All In Weekend 1 year and go to the indie shows because you'll see incredible things happen. That this wasn't All In Weekend, but still, it was amazing.
Wait, when is All In this? Let me see. When is All In this
End of
weekend?
August. It's always
End of.
our bank holidays. It's always the last, I think it's like 30th of August or something. I'd like to put the tickets on sale, Mr. Khan, please. I'm trying to give you some cash. They were on
Maybe
sale in December the first year.
maybe I'll check that out. That's interesting.
And
Maybe I
it's a lot
will.
cheaper. It's better. It's cheaper than a WWE house show.
Yeah, yeah. Those how
I mean,
I
it's
went
not
to Raw
cheap. Yeah.
and it was like I think was it I think it was like $70 I paid. It was the Raw X Stranger Things. I don't even watch Stranger Things. I don't know why I don't watch Stranger Things. I probably should. But then when I went, I was like, what are we doing? Like what? It wasn't
It's
too
not a big.
bad though, because I mean the what's her name? The Rhea Sky and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. They won the tag team titles, and I think at that one, who was it? Becky Lynch won back her Intercontinental Championship. But I was like, it was like, yeah, it was okay, Raw. I mean, yeah, but I what so my big thing now, I'm on a goal is to do the WWE Big Five, which and I've done 4 out of 5 of them. I've done Royal Rumble, I've done WrestleMania, I think 3 times now.
Oh wow.
Um, I've done. I'm not gonna go this year because this year I'm upset with them. Why would you do it in Vegas again? Like, no, it's Vegas. I'm not a fan of Vegas, believe it or not. I know it's gonna sound blasphemous, but I it's just another city with lights, and it's not really that. I'm not really that impressed by it. But that's just my opinion. Sorry to those of you that are watching and live in Vegas, but I'm just not impressed by it. Um, and the only I've done 2 SummerSlams, and I have done 1 Survivor Series. But the only one I have left to do is Money in the Bank. That's it. And that's once I do that, I'm done. I pretty much done the Big Five.
Not bad.
But the one I'm looking at now I'm looking at what's next once I do all that. Now I'm like, something AEW's been around. Let me try to do their Big Five. I'm gonna try to do All In and Double or Nothing and Revolution
Sounds
and
insane. Make sure you don't have anything else planned for the next day because whenever I've done an AEW show, it's so full on. You feel hungover at the end almost. Like it's constant and the energy's like it's up here the entire time. It's amazing, but it's crazy.
yeah, I'll definitely I'm definitely gonna try. If I don't know how my year is gonna look this year, but God willingly, if I'm still um God willingly, if everything goes right, I just might go to London again. London's a nice place. And I might check out, Wembley Stadium. That would be a big thing for me because I mean Wembley Stadium is like a legendary stadium. So
It's
um
amazing.
I would definitely.
The first All In they did there, we managed to get third row. We were third row we were right behind the commentary table. There's actually a point where you can see me during it. It's
Okay.
why after I got in trouble for this. I got a lot of threats for this. It's after Samoa Joe has thrown CM Punk onto the barricade. There's me
Uh-huh.
holding the sign that says Pepsi is a soft drink. Wearing this tracksuit, well, I didn't know the guy was getting fired that later that night, did I? I was just Team Joe. I love Samoa Joe. So yeah, afterwards I was like, oh shit, the guy lost his job and I'm there bullying him with a sign. But yeah, but walking onto that pitch that first time, I was like, as a British wrestling fan who would idolise Davy Boy, walking down onto the pitch, seeing the ring, I was just like, oh, me and my husband were clutching each other like, this is not real. This is incredible. Maybe it's like a Madison Square Garden for Americans or the Tokyo Dome for Japanese fans.
Oh
This
yeah.
is like our Graceland.
I would say Wembley Stadium is like Madison Square Garden for, American fans, more specifically New Yorkers, and Tokyo Dome for wrestling. I'd say if I were a pro wrestler, three places I would want to wrestle would perform at would be Wembley Stadium, Tokyo Dome, Madison Square Garden, and I can't think of any other place.
Maybe
I don't think
Arena
this
Mexico. I'd put Arena Mexico in there too.
Arena Mexico, but we got some big ones over here. I'd say maybe I don't know if the Dallas Sportatorium in Texas is still a thing, but I probably want to wrestle there. But
See, I
because the
wouldn't wrestle
Dallas
anywhere. It too
Sportatorium,
much
that's
fucking
that.
sense. But yeah, I think wrestlers are all insane. I think you have to be a wrestler.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I just looked it up. The Sportatorium was actually demolished.
Oh
I
well,
just
good luck with that.
yeah
You could
yeah
go back in the rubble, maybe
yeah
out for a match. Yeah,
yeah.
special
Madison Square
stipulation.
Garden is definitely would definitely be one though. That yeah,
Mhm.
definitely be one.
That would be good. I would
So
love to
wait, your
see it.
husband's a wrestling fan too?
Oh God, yes, almost as much as me. While I'm dressed as Brandon Cutler, he's often dressed as Orange Cassidy. He even looks a bit like him. Oh God,
Okay,
yes.
tell that man we want to have him on the show because wow,
Mm.
how did I know I would have both of y'all on right now? Shoots,
I am 90% sure he's watching this right now. You tell him. His name is Anthony. Tell him.
Anthony. If you're watching this, I'm gonna cut a bit of a promo. If you're watching this, if you're watching 50 minutes of fandom right now, guess what? You're next. Now I'm just kidding. Stop.
Yeah, you have zero chance. He does not. He hates social media. He hates it with a passion. Um, he also is used to. Oh, he has responded.
Yes.
Yes, I am watching. Hello, darling. Can you put the
Yeah.
kettle? Will you please make me a cup of tea? How long have we got left? I want to know when to tell him to make me a cup of tea.
It's just like few more minutes. That's
Okay, as soon as this
you know.
finishes, sweet, will you go and put the kettle on, please? Because I haven't had a cup of tea since I got back. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a good husband. Cup of tea, wrestling fan. The problem is we share all the same hobbies. We also both do archery. We both love Dungeons and Dragons. We both love video games. So we make each other worse and spend all our money. We've needed a new oven for 3 years. Instead, do you want to know what we bought? We saved the money
What?
for an oven. Do you want to know what we bought? I will show you.
A PS5?
No, that was instead of the new floor. We do have a PS5. No, we bought this.
Triple B. Not a bad
It is
investment.
not. It's the black strap. Thank you. It is 850 fucking pounds. It
Ooh.
costs, and that's what it weighs. It is the official AEW replica belt. It's a beauty, and you know what? It's the best fucking decision we've ever made.
So what is the
It's
what?
heavy.
So since you're into so championship belts now, let's talk about it. What is the
I
one championship belt outside of that beauty that you have there? What is the best? What is the one championship belt across all promotions that
Ooh,
you would love to be the owner of?
the New Japan World Title. Now,
Okay,
now they've changed it back to the old version. That is one sexy bitch of a title. Either that, or in fact, seems like a good time to take the coat off because I'm warm. Jack Perry's TNT title. This guy, my absolute favorite, Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Oh, God, when he forged his own TNT title, the black with the blood splatter. That is the sexiest belt I've ever seen in my life. So either the New Japan or Jack Perry's TNT. I'm still mad at Kyle Fletcher. He didn't make it pink. He had such a good opportunity. I would love a pink TNT title.
oh man, now you got me thinking right now. The hot pink. Man,
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Remember the white Intercontinental the first time as well? That was so beautiful. And then they could have
yeah,
done so much more with it. They could have had all sorts of colours and they didn't.
I gotta say, I like how Kyle Fletcher has reinvented himself. Like it's a thing
Mhm.
of beauty. I remember when he came in here, he had like the
Those
haircut, like,
fucking curtain hair things.
and I'm like, he was all dressed in green and all that, and then the guy just in the middle of the ring cut his own hair, and then he changed over. Now he's wearing pink and rocking pink very well. Like
His gear, he
I
told
would,
me, Cal Fletcher's
he's one
gear.
guy I would not make fun of wearing pink. He would kick my ass in like 10 seconds. I'm like, yeah, I'm not messing with you, bro. But
Real
like,
men wear pink.
but like, just the way he's marketing himself. I'm like, wow, this man. It just goes to show this is what happens when you let somebody just do their thing. And I, if not this year, I think next year he's gonna be a world champion. Trust me on that. I could see him.
Absolutely. He has to be. Kyle Fletcher himself told me. I said, the gear that he wears, he has that pink jacket and it's cut off sort of here. I said, is that to show off the title? And he told me, he said, every single piece of gear I have designed, I design it with the idea that it's going to be used to show off a belt. So this man wrestles and designs his gear entirely assuming that he will be a champion, which I fucking love. So yes,
Wow.
he's going to be a world champ. I just don't want him to break up with Takeshita.
I think
That's
that
really sad.
so my thought process right now is I think we're gonna see those two leave the Don Callis family because one, you could only have that big of a stable of people. Don't get me wrong, the Don Callis family has been very good. I like where they're going. Don Callis is one of the best on the mic, and he's keeping the pro wrestling manager. He's one of the people now that's keeping the pro wrestling manager role alive, in the big leagues. I think Protoshita, as they're known, I think they're gonna eventually defect from the Don Callis family. Eventually, it's gonna
They'll
happen.
even Okada stays. You think that Kyle Fletcher chooses Takeshita over Okada and
Of
Mark
course,
Davis?
even though Kyle Fletcher accepted that apology, I think he was. I could feel like he was like, yeah, whatever, like it was messed up. I don't want to, but for the betterment of the Don Callis family, for now, I'm gonna forgive you. I think he's gonna choose Takeshita over the Don Callis family. And like I said,
I hope
they're
so.
both good on their own, you know. And
I hope so.
another guy I would watch out for,
Hmm?
Andrade. He's not gonna be in that family for long. Trust me. If you really
Yeah.
look at it, and if you look at it, he's not wearing black like the others. He's always wearing white, and he has that
Until he rips
playboy
it off.
gimmick.
Yes. Like
So
we've been talking in the group chat because group chat wrestling podcast. Obviously, we have a group chat, and they're saying that it feels like Andrade is like unshackled. Like he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. He's like a whole new beast.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and that if I don't know if it's me, but I think he's been hitting the gym even more now because it's like he looks ripped and
Looks
everything. I'm like,
different.
this guy. Oh man, I like this for AEW, man. Like I said, I like this for AEW, and this is why we needed to stay around, man, to stick around because, and like I said, I'm not pro AEW, I'm not pro WB, but we need them to stick around because it breathes new life into people. So
Yeah,
I hope they
and it
stick
gives the wrestlers
around.
options too. I mean, God knows how much money they've offered Will Hobbs to jump ship, and vice versa to Tommaso Ciampa. There's all this discussion about AJ Styles at the minute. I don't personally think he is leaving WWE, but
So I
it,
gotta ask you, how excited are you for Tommaso Ciampa? You
do you know
know,
what? I don't know much about him because I don't really keep up with WWE. All I know from him is his Ring of Honor time.
that's what I'm
So,
asking you about now, because
like,
now,
I don't know if he's changed a lot or like I have no idea. So we'll find out on Collision, I guess. Looking
yeah,
forward to it. He was cool when he came out.
if
That was awesome.
if he's the Tommaso Ciampa that I know him, I knew him as the Sicilian psychopath. I think that's what they called him, the Sicilian psychopath back in Ring of Honor. If that's the Tommaso Ciampa we're getting, whoo,
A lot of the stuff
yeah,
they
it's
do
gonna be
aside,
interesting.
they're other gimmicks. I mean, John Moxley on the Indies for years before he went to Dean Ambrose. So
So I always jokingly say that John Moxley. So Dean Ambrose is John Moxley on meds, and John Moxley is Dean Ambrose off meds. That's what I,
yeah,
I used to
he's
say.
Yeah, he's unmuzzled, unleashed. He's absolutely incredible. The show we went to in no, no, it was Cardiff. I'm sorry, it was It was either Cardiff or Manchester. I don't bloody remember. It was one of the AEW UK shows. I want to say Cardiff. And they said, tell you what, we're going to film a surprise episode of AEW Dark after this. And we're all like, holy shit, what's going on? You're getting dark matches. And the guy was coming round and he was shouting at us, turn round, turn round, turn round. We're like, why is this? Because John fucking Moxley's about to come out of that tunnel. And I'm like, this tunnel that I'm standing right next to, this tunnel right here, directly opposite me. Yes. So the entire Death Riders, and it's the second time they've done that. They did it at the first Wembley All In too. They walked right past. So wherever I sit, that is where John Moxley and the Death Riders come out. So look for me at shows if you want to find the Death Riders entrance.
Definitely, I'll be like, oh snap, we just had her on the show, man. Like she's on
I think
TV
they're like,
again.
you can see the tracksuit. You can see me staring in awe at Marina Shafir. You spot this, and I'm just there going, ah, and hiding.
If honestly, if I had seen you on, I'll tell you this is how crazy how this segment is, and this is why I like this segment. If we see you looking out, standing out from the crowd, doesn't matter male or female, we'll be like, who is that person? We want to have them on the show. I remember there was I don't know if you saw recently the Jesus guy. I don't know if it's the same
Yeah,
one.
pointing up like, yeah, that guy.
We've had him on our show.
Really?
We have had him on our
I didn't see
show.
that one either.
I don't know if you AEW Jesus. He's if that's the same person. Shout out to AEW Jesus. If that's the same person, we had him on our show years ago, and his brother.
No.
There was a guy in a Scooby Doo outfit. This one's a crazy one. A Scooby Doo outfit. He was. I saw him. I was like, that's pretty cool. Scooby Doo outfit. Who is he? And then when we looked, we found out who he was. And we're like, hey, we'd like to have you on the show. At first, we thought, maybe he's thinking, he probably doesn't have time for us. I mean, man, it's popular. I mean, guy was like, yeah, I'll do your show. Then come to find out he has two other brothers that are wrestling fans. So we got his older brother, and like, okay, awesome, great to have you on the show. Thanks for being on. Da, 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 da. He texts us a year later, roughly a year later. He's like, yeah, I'm going to train to be a wrestler. I'm like, wow. Well, when you graduate, we've had people like that too that been on the same segment that went on to be wrestlers, managers, promoters, etc., etc. And he's telling us,
go on.
we told him, I told him, I'm like, okay, well, whenever you debut, let us know and we'll have you on the show. We want to have you on. Lo and behold, he hits us up. He shows us a video of him working out. I'm like, awesome, we're ready for you. So now he shows us a picture of him in the graduating class. Guess what school they graduated from? The Nightmare Factory, Cody Rhodes Wrestling School.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I said, okay, all right. Now do us one more favor. We're gonna have you on the show. We had him on the show. Do us one more favor. We want the rest of the class on our show. We want to interview everybody that was in that class on our show. Because the way our mindset is we're not going to interview one and not try to reach out to the other. We're not going to interview. I don't know if you remember this group, Wham. We're not going to interview George Michael. We're not going to interview George Michael. No, just George Michael. No, we want to hear what's going on with Andrew Ridgey. We want to hear his story. We're not just going to interview Blue. We're not just going to interview Simon Webb, but not Anthony Costa, Duncan James, and I forgot Lee. What was Lee's last name? I forgot what his last name was.
Not a clue. I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it, I'm afraid.
But yeah, we're not going to just interview Simon Webb and not the rest of the band. So that's just how we are. So that's how we are. Like we're always looking. We're like, who is that fan? Who's that fan? We want to talk to that person. We want to have them on the show. Let's see what their story is. And not for clout, just that's because just how we are. I mean, we're a chill, fun, space. So but yeah. So I just got two more questions, man. So
okay, well, I want to make a deal with you. I will answer your two questions, but then you have to play one of my games that I have done with indie wrestlers.
Okay.
It only takes 60 seconds.
All right. The last time I heard somebody ask want to play a game, it was Saw, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to go that route.
Oh, come on. It's good enough for Kid Bandit. It's good enough for you, okay?
Okay, so I got.
All
Let's
right.
say so. My second to last question. You've been a long time wrestling fan. What are
Yeah.
your top five favorite wrestling themes?
Oh,
Top five or top
okay.
10?
Oh God, this changes every 5 minutes. I am the most fickle wrestling fan you'll ever meet. Okay, Mr. Perfect,
Okay.
definitely perfection. Is absolutely amazing.
Hmm.
Elevated. The lost
Elevated.
phrase elevated. Oh bloody hell. Battle Cry, Kenny Omega,
Okay.
Judas,
Oh, that's a
the
sing
lost phrase.
along.
Yeah,
Definitely.
getting to sing that live with Chris Jericho also singing it there was absolutely incredible. And five, Seek and Destroy because I love Metallica.
Okay.
Wait, no, I'm trading out sorry, Kenny, for Enter Sandman. The Sandmans. I got to be part of
Oh, the
that once.
Sandman.
Yeah, I got to be part of that entrance once at a show, and I got
Wait,
beer tipped off
who,
me. It was amazing.
whose song was elevated? Who I forgot whose that was.
Will Ospreay has elevated.
Oh, how can I forget that? Awesome.
Yeah, so there you go. And it will all change tomorrow.
So my last question, group chat wrestling, man. You guys, y'all been doing a lot of great stuff. I'm gonna try to get it's three of y'all, right?
6 in total.
Oh,
We
geez,
just don't
okay.
have everyone on every time. Yeah, there's actually me, Andy, Mark, Mike, Brett, and Dan. You just don't see us all. Yeah, but they're doing things behind the scenes.
Oh, so my last question. How did that come together?
Okay, they
And
did a lot. Oh, God.
go ahead.
How it came together is they did a lot of hard work. They were originally just an audio podcast. They put it all together, got well known, got some amazing guests on, Preston Vance. They had some really cool things. After they did all the hard work, took all the risks, and got established, they asked me if I wanted to join, and I said, yeah. And I've been riding their coattails ever since while doing none of the work to establish it. It's been amazing. I recommend it.
Man, that's
Jump on a
okay.
bandwagon.
So here's what I'm gonna say to that. I wouldn't say you're writing courses. I'm gonna say you're adding to the table. You're bringing to the table. I mean, we've had people that have joined on. We just had a guy, Albert Armageddon. Albert, I'm sorry, I got love for you. He joined us. But we had him on as our Facebook admin, and he joined us like later on after I think he just joined us like last year or 2 years ago. But by that time we had all like some amazing guests, Roxanne Perez and Ren Sinclair, and most recently who got this woman who actually just got hired, Maya World. We've had her
Mm.
on,
Yes, she's
and he joined us, I think, roughly like after we had her on. But at the same time, it's like he's adding something because he's helping us as an admin, and he's also recommending great people to that we should have on our show. And he's actually worked for SCW, which is ran by Marek Brave and Seth Rollins.
amazing.
So we don't see him as writing our quotas. We see him as he joined us and he's bringing something to our table. Albert, if you see this, we definitely do appreciate you, man. Same thing with Rob Bates. Rob Bates joined us when we were like in the middle of our season and we were doing some amazing things. But we don't see him as just riding our coattails. I mean, he's been an amazing part of our show. As a matter of fact, I always say this: we're like the Fugees. Me, Kathy, and Rob. Kathy's like Lauren Hill. Kathy's like Lauren Hill. Rob is like Wyclef Jean, and I'm like Praz. I'm the background guy. I'm just the one that created this platform and they helped build it up. So you're not you're not writing coattails. I mean, I don't know how, I doubt the other guys think so, but me personally,
They would
you're
never
adding
say that.
something
They're
to it.
far too nice. Yeah.
You're adding something to it, and you're only writing coattails if you're just adding bare minimum and saying, "Yeah, I'm this now." You're good. But
They are amazing. I do keep threatening to leave them for What Culture or Wrestle for anyone who will have me when they start annoying me. But yeah, they're amazing
but
guys. You should have them on. Definitely. Have
I'm
them
gonna
on as a
try.
group.
I'm
It
gonna
would be an
try.
amazing chaos. If you think you
Huh?
could handle all of them, get them
I
on
don't know,
separately.
man. I don't know. I don't. Like I
So
said,
fucking funny.
If I couldn't handle Saria, I'm like Saria Knight. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah, yeah, Soraya's
hide
great.
in the
She is
background and let
Andy.
you guys.
Or Brett when he's in the right mood. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay. Now
last
you owe
question, I
me a
promise.
game.
Last question
Oh, all
for the
right, go
fans
on
out
then.
there, for the people that don't know, but now they're gonna know. In a promo, what can fans expect from Group Chat Pro Wrestling, the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast?
Okay, you can expect Andy complaining about Hook because he does not like it. You can expect me simping for literally every wrestler in the world, especially Brandon Cutler. You can expect Dan to be the only one who is remotely sensible and professional and keeps us in line. You can expect Mike to, if he's awake, be coming out with something ridiculous but hilarious. You can expect Mark to go on a crazy rant about fuck knows what. It depends whatever caught his attention that day. And you can expect Brett to probably be the funniest of any of us. He's absolutely amazing. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. So y'all heard, group chat wrestling podcast. That's what you can expect. So make sure you tune in. I mean, you can still listen to us, but also we're not going to get upset if you listen to them because, like I said, I always say listen to different podcasts. I like different cereals in the morning. One moment I might eat some Cheerios. The next moment I might eat some Frosted Flakes. Hell, if I'm in a really good mood, I might eat some Apple Jacks or something. Variety is always good. Make sure you check out Group Chat Wrestling Pod as well. They're doing a lot of great things over there in the UK. And with that being said,
Uh, uh, uh.
Lucy.
No, no, no. You owe me a game.
Oh, I forgot the game. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Trying to get out of it? Okay. It never works. Others have tried and failed. If Kid Bandit couldn't get out of it, you can't either. Now, do you want to know what the game is? Very quickly.
Yeah, sure. We had Kid Bandit on our
Okay.
show, by the way. Another great guy.
Yeah, cool. You have 60 seconds. You have to answer as many wrestling questions as you can. They're not trivia questions. They're just would you rather or such and such thing, You have 60 seconds. The number
Okay.
one scorer is Kid Lycos with 14 answered in 60 seconds. And these are random. They're not the same that other people will have gotten. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to time you on my phone. You have 60 seconds to beat 14. Okay? Are you ready? This is the most important thing you will ever do. If you
Okay.
mess this up, everyone will see your shame. Okay?
All
Okay.
right, let's
Are you
go.
ready? All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Would you rather wrestle handcuffed or blindfolded? Come on.
Blindfolded.
Would you rather take 100 chops or 100 super kicks?
100 chops.
Would you rather cut a promo with hiccups or while sneezing?
Hiccups.
Would you rather have entrance music played on bagpipes or a kazoo?
Bagpipes.
Name a wrestling move that starts with the letter B.
Backbreaker.
Would you rather main event Madison Square Garden or the Tokyo Dome?
Madison Square Garden. I'm a New Yorker.
Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart?
Bret Hart.
Rather do a death match or an Iron Man match?
Iron Man match.
Would you rather wrestle in a 5-foot wide ring or a 50-foot wide ring?
5 foot wide ring.
Would you rather lose a 5-minute match or win a 5-hour match?
Win a 5 minute match.
And stop. You can't win a 5-minute match. It was lose a 5-minute match or win a 5-hour match.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Which
Great
one?
game.
You get to answer it. Win in 5 hours or lose in 5 minutes?
Oh, losing 5 minutes.
Yeah? All right. Well, I didn't count, so people are going to have to go back and watch and see how many you got.
Okay.
And we'll see if you manage. I don't think you managed to beat Kid Bandit, I'm afraid. Should feel nothing but shame.
I mean, he is a fast guy, though, so yeah.
She's amazing. So,
Yeah.
okay.
All right,
Can I
so
go get my cup of tea now?
yeah. I gotta say, Lucy, thank you very much for on behalf of myself and the rest of the Ringside Society crew, we thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be a guest on our show. We really and truly appreciate it. Tell the rest of the guys at Group Chat Wrestling. We'll be looking to have them on. Tell your husband if he's down, we'd like to have him on too and chat some wrestling, And best believe I will try to see if I can make AEW all in London. I know Wembley Stadium is going to be a vibe as well. Before we shut this show down, though, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling? Check out y'all's episodes and when you guys are going live, and also purchase group chat wrestling pod merchandise. Where can we find you on social media?
Well, you can't get merchandise, unfortunately. The t-shirts and the hats at the minute are exclusive to members of the podcast. However, we will think of something. And I do often make bracelets and keyrings to give out. So if you are at a show and you see me, come and find you, and I will probably have something to give you.
Cool.
You can find, yeah, we give out pins, we give out stickers, all sorts of things. Andy's amazing missus makes all this incredible stuff. You can follow the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast at GW Podcast UK on pretty much everything: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. I can't remember. I'm probably forgetting something. YouTube. Shit, watch us on YouTube. That's our whole deal. And you can find me at Lucy is just Lucy. I've written it on my little blue bar. Twitter. I do try and use the others, and I forget they exist. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I'm on Instagram. I never use it. Just you're best off using, if you want me on those, go to the group chat.
Awesome. So y'all make sure y'all follow this incredible woman. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We have a Discord too that I absolutely remember to post in all the time. Totally. All the time. I don't
Awesome. So y'all make sure y'all definitely follow this incredible woman and her incredible podcast team. Make sure you check out their episodes as well too. And with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. It's a beautiful looking day here in Brooklyn. We just got some snow, but I'm still gonna go out there and see how the day is. And my stomach is rumbling. That means it's time for breakfast as well too, or maybe brunch. It's 11 something right now. But before I partake in those activities, if you want to find me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places. I may be going to Toronto next month, or I may be going to Philadelphia, or I might be going to Paris, or I might be going to Indonesia. Depends on how I feel. Just stay tuned. You can follow me on Twitter, and you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at the Remy Blue if you want to see my adventures there. You can also find me on Facebook as Remy Blue. I'm also on Blue Sky at remyblue.bsky.social, and I'm also on Twitter at the Remy Blue as well. Our podcast, of course, is also on social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, at Ringside Society, all across the board. We're on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group. We're also on Spotify and Teespring. Teespring is where you can buy our official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, we have hoodies, we even have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage, and all proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat. Coming soon, continuing, is our In Your City collection, where we actually have the colors of various city representing various cities. For our merch, we actually already have our Mardi Gras line. Shout out to our member, our COO, Kathy Knight. We have our Mardi Gras shirt up as well too. So make sure you check us out. Oh, Valentine's Day is coming up. We also have our Valentine's collection, and also we have St. Patrick's coming up. So check those out as well too. They're available on our store. And like I said, like I always say, all proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat. They do not go back into our pockets. And last but not least, we have our YouTube channel where you can see great interviews like this one, like our interview that we recently did with Lulu Larena. Our TNA Genesis and our Derby Saturday Night predictions, and also our season premiere where I explain the Wheel of Professional Wrestling, which I think I might make a shirt out of that. But we have our all our episodes on most of our episodes on YouTube, and to see them, it's really simple. It's not even basic algebra. It's definitely not rocket science. Just go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and when you see that really good looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sign with the blue flames around it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos, because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. But with that being said, we just want to thank you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you all a little spoiler. Saturday, 10 a.m., same time, we will be doing our Royal Rumble predictions. We haven't announced any special guests yet, but we'll be doing our Royal Rumble predictions. So Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you tune in for that to hear our predictions about who we think is going to win, who we think is going to lose, what alliances might form, what alliances might break up, and also if you feel free to give your own. If you're tuning in, feel free to actually leave your own comments in the comment section as well. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in live today. Thank you very much. We really and truly strive on being one of the best and realest wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to, and we're not going to stop doing that. To those of y'all later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away. Well, like myself at Golden Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. With that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we see it, everybody and their grandparents and their parents of a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. So with that being said, I'm going to say it right now. One time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for our great guest, Lucy, and the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast, and one time for the UK wrestling scene. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. We'll be back this Saturday with another impressive episode. But until then, we just have 4 favors for y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.